The difference between us is that I can feel pain.
Sounds like a real boogeyman once Freddy's coming for you.
Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy.
There's someone else in the hotel with us. There's a crazy woman in one of the rooms.
It's got a death curse.
This isn't science. It's more like black magic.
Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper.
Hello, my Night Owl friends. Welcome to Pumpkin Hill Radio. I am your host,
Hello.
Travis Wormwood.
Hello.
And then I got my co-host, the Round Mound of Pound, Dawson Trailer over
we're
there.
Out here, baby.
Yeah, we're out here. Thank you, as always, to the Pumpkin Hill Radio Big Brass Band as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a warm welcome to all the newcomers. Welcome to the Cult of the Star Mother. You're going to notice there's chapters in the bottom of the episode, description area, whatever. And you can skip to whatever part seems good to you. We're going to have some horrific banter up top about this week and stuff. And then we're going to get to the real stuff a little bit later.
Yeah.
We got some stuff about some mysterious lights today, folks. Some weird stuff in the skies in multiple countries, multiple locations. But same
Everywhere.
kind of looking activity over many decades. And then also
Maybe all
we got...
of mankind.
And then we got stuff on Dreamcatchers and that side of things, getting more into our sleep paralysis thing as well.
Yeah.
Kind of separately, but the same. There's going to be more on that later. For now, Dawson, horror this week.
Horror this week. What do we got? Long Legs. We watched Long Legs.
We watched Long Legs.
We saw that in theaters.
Yes, we did.
So.
Oh, quickly, I do want to say a couple more things up top
before
we delve in. I want to say that next show we're going to be having an interview with Leslie and Stephen Shaw about their book titled "Who They Are and What They're Up To."
Yeah,
that should be either the previous episode of this or the next one. It's probably, but it's
maybe if you didn't listen to that one, go back and listen to it, or wait for it to come out still.
So that's coming up shortly.
It's gonna be a good one.
If you're in the Denver area, Non-Desu-Con is August 30th to September 1st. It's a Japanese culture convention that we will be doing full press stuff at. DOS. I got an email today that we're going to get specific times to do actual interviews with the actual voice actors and stuff. There's the guy that plays in Dragon Ball Z. There's people that are in these things.
Damn,
so.
what do I ask him?
Well, we can talk about spooky stuff.
It's like a hero.
I'm
gonna be talking to someone
Captain Ginyu.
I'm gonna be talking to someone I looked up to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
leader of the Ginyu Force might be on the pod at some point. Yeah.
Fuck.
And then then we have the Mad Monster Party Colorado 2024. That's October 11th to the 13th. That's where we're gonna have a booth somewhere in the kind of in the sales center area where all the knickknacks are.
Yeah.
Come check us out there.
Yeah.
Also at that Mad Monster Party, Dawson. No, I told you in private, but there's me people like the guy who played, I don't have the names on me, but the guy who played Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
In a lot of the nightmares. Some good names there.
Yeah, no, I think he sent me the list of some of those big guys.
Yeah, well, that's in a few months, so we can dig in.
There's gonna be one of the Jasons from the Rob Zombie one.
The not Jason. You're thinking
Freddy?
of Mike Myers.
Mike Myers, yeah.
Michael Myers from Halloween, the
I'm
Rob
not great
Zombie
with
Halloween.
names.
That version of Michael will be there as well.
We'll get there
and some other ones, yeah. And so that's things coming up. You know,
sick.
I also want to put up some kind of poll on our social medias about maybe I'll just put 1 or 3 different Goosebumps books up there so I can start reading.
Yeah.
Because horror this week, Dawson. I don't know if you look around the room. You said off mic, but it's getting a little more put together. I got my first spooky shelf hung here.
Really good shelf.
Yeah,
it's a good Halloween shelf.
It's got all the 25 Goosebumps books that I bought.
We got the Pumpkin Hill mascot, the pumpkin, the sweet.
Oh yeah, the original pumpkin baby, Pumpkin Hill
baby, sweet pumpkin baby.
And actually, I got to work on scanning that in because that's like a paint marker drawing that Maya.
Yeah,
my wife made.
Click the link below.
Yeah, click the link below. I don't know. We'll get it. It'll be there. I want to make a pin of it. Yeah, we also got the spooky skull bug from last week.
Yeah,
we got our evil eye up here.
Evil eye. We got the Dreamcatcher.
And we got the Dreamcatcher, which is a big part of this episode coming up.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff on this here shelf. That's some big part of this week. Something I saw I'm sorry to take up so much time at the
No,
beginning.
let's get
I'm
it.
just
Let's
kind of
get into
buzzing
it.
on one.
Gotta get it out.
Something I saw this week when I was going through my socials. Couple of good things I saw. So, Austin, I'm going to show you this picture right here
Yeah, I see it.
of just something that I ran into this week. I'm going to read it out loud while you look at it. It says, "Very soon you will all be talking about the awakening of the huge dragon next to Antarctica." That was
Yeah.
just white text on a black background. No,
Yeah.
For some reason, it had 70,000 likes.
I'll let you know. I've been reading the Bible. You know what I mean? And,
Yes, please.
so that's like a big thing. Is the dragon? There's a dragon. That's like the thing with in Revelations. That's like. It's got like 9 heads.
Can I point
and,
something out to
8
you?
crowns or something. It's crazy.
It's not called Revelations. It's called Revelation.
Yeah, that's
Where did I hear that? I heard that.
That
recently.
was in Long Legs.
Okay, great.
That's Long Legs. Yeah,
I was I heard that this week. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, that's Long Legs.
Damn.
That's
I wonder if
great,
that's
right?
true.
I think that's true.
Nice. Another
I
thing
think
I
it's
saw. Somebody made a post that just said, "Bigfoot is about to be disclosed to the public." The Nicki Minaj song. I'm not sure which one. There's a movie called Sasquatch Sunset. In theaters everywhere. There's
I remember seeing
something about Sasquatch headlining Coachella.
Yeah.
Public interest in Bigfoot and encounters that are at an all-time high. They're getting ready to partial disclose it like they did with UFOs. That was another.
Oh
so,
yeah.
So the socials
all the
are
shit that
hot this week.
Yeah. All the things that when we were kids, if anyone that talked about it was oh, they're nuts, is just real.
Yeah.
It just is real. So just think about the things that seem nuts right now.
I can't. I don't even.
You know what I'm fucking talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking. If you, I'm not gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There's some of those things where oh, that couldn't be. You're crazy for thinking that.
Yeah. Some wild theories.
We'll see.
Thrown around right now.
We'll see.
What else you got for horror this week? You want to talk about Long Legs a little longer?
Long
or
Legs was good.
Glaze over that and find something else for a moment.
Yeah, I guess. I just Nicolas Cage is great in it. He's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
What a performance!
I didn't
I'll
realize which character he was until
I didn't
30
expect him to
minutes
be
in.
play that role, and it was.
But even when I saw him as that,
No,
character,
he
I
didn't look. It wasn't
know.
Nicolas
He
Cage.
had so much
he was
makeup
something
on.
else. He became something else.
There was just one or two words he said because he's even putting a different voice.
Yeah.
There was one or two words he said at some point, kind of in the middle of the movie, that I was like, "Oh, that's Nicolas Cage."
Oh, there he is.
I forgot.
I
he
was
supposed to-
waiting for him to oh, we're getting your new partner in.
Yeah.
It's Nick Cage is your new FBI partner.
Mhm.
No. Well, it was kind of like that, but not FBI.
Yeah, so we're about this has
movie.
got to be about a month after it released because we went and saw it when it was 2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's already 2 weeks out. So
it was a pretty empty theater when we saw
yeah,
it.
that was good.
Good movie. It was one of those movies where you get done and you just kind of feel sick afterwards.
I guess I don't know if we can dance around spoilers or whatever. Just I love a good intro in that
yeah.
Okay, I remember with the movie Them or Us.
Us, yeah.
Us, where it's a slow pan out of those rabbit cages all stacked
Yeah.
with I believe a red background behind it. It's just
Yeah.
very slow, and you see one, then you see hundreds of them on top.
Yeah.
That one still sticks with me. That one's one of the first good intros because it's just so fucking intense. And then this
it's
one,
not a part of the story necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just sets
same
the
with this
tone.
Long Legs. It was just this really particular red color.
Yeah.
And it was kind of this film graininess to it, and the edges had that old style 4x3 curvature to the edge, and it was just very slowly panning out the black screen of it as to go widescreen, but it was so slow that it was a trick in the mind where I was looking at it and judging where in the theater it was to be is it actually moving out?
Yeah.
It was cool.
I'll also
It immediately was making me lose my mind. You know,
well, as soon as the movie really starts, as soon as it starts, it was you had tinnitus almost. There's this almost ringing, buzzing happening the whole time.
The sound design.
And it just starts immediately, and then it never really goes away. So you're just it just makes you feel so uncomfortable the whole time. And just the way it's shot, it's fucking beautiful.
That sound design was so impressive. It's
It
always
was nuts,
when you're in a theater and you can hear they'll close the car door and it's specifically in the left side or whatever. I really love that. But yeah, this was different where it was this ringing that would bounce around. It wasn't so static that it was the same throughout the whole movie. You weren't getting a headache from it.
No, there's something
was just a
underneath
constant
the whole time.
Tone.
just enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a frequency, just a frequency,
Yeah.
you know.
Just the frequency.
This
And
background
Nicolas Cage,
frequency, and then
he produced this one. He directed. He did something with it besides just
Yeah.
acting it.
Yeah.
I could see him just trying to throw some
Freaky.
like gnarly. So I was watching the videos when he was trying to become Ghost Rider.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you see those videos of him like in trying to get into character?
I actually was thinking about that movie recently.
He got all these ancient Egyptian like emblems like marked inside of his coat when he was like acting
shit.
like all these different like
Dude,
pages
he's
of ancient
nuts, man.
scripts were like pasted in or signs and sigils were inside of his coat the whole time. Like we never
Yeah.
saw him.
No,
Like,
it's
but
for him.
he has like different like jewels and stuff to like
Yeah.
unify his whatever his chakras or whatever this
connect
like
with the character.
he is, and then he's like he was just
Dude.
saying how just to try to feel like this magical like thing
Nah,
and then
yeah.
bring it. And I feel like if he was studying that back when Ghost Rider came out, like it's just so
Dude.
far.
Oh yeah.
He's so far. Even if
Like,
he was
this
doing
whole
it
movie.
without any thought, even if he was doing it as like a joke almost at first, like there's no way that it didn't transcend at some point. Because this thing is because this movie, I could see there was like subliminal things in every.
Yeah.
I think
All like the codes. And
there
all
must
that
have
shit.
been. Yeah, the
It almost reminded me of like what was it? It's like kind of like across the board. Most people don't like it, but it's like it's that Nicolas Cage movie with like all the numbers that are like dates, and like
it's
basically
the
like
knowing.
Yeah, knowing.
Knowing or the knowing, yeah.
One of
Remember,
those.
that's where all the movies that were coming up when we were in like high.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that like in theaters.
I remember that coming out in theaters. I was like,
Wonderful.
damn. I always liked it, but I've heard a lot of people are like,
Once you go back, I'm pretty sure it's very like Christian oriented. I'm pretty sure 'cause
Yeah.
I think at the end they like end up. It's just like
It's
all
like
like
some weird. It's weird.
at the end, just his son and daughter end up on
Yeah, it's like all these
some
kids.
golden planet, and it's just a bunch of kids with rabbits. Hey, rabbits again, huh?
Mm-hmm. So you mean you know? What I
Hey,
mean?
rabbits again.
Hey man. But yeah, I don't know.
Good movie.
Good
Long
movie.
Legs. Can't
Shouts out
recommend
Nick
enough.
Cage.
When you're searching it in Google, remember to not put a space in there, else
Long
you're
Legs,
just gonna get
the movie
pretty
trailer.
ladies with long legs.
Yeah, you're just gonna get
Yeah,
babes.
yeah. Or at least that's what my dirty little ugly
Yeah,
did
that's
me.
what we got. That
I'm
was
sure that a
sweet.
normal person would
That
never
was
get
sweet.
that if they had long legs.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Just kidding.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I got that Ouija board.
Nice.
Talking about back to horror. Well, that was just this week. Well, this is just the horror this week
Hell yeah,
category
dude.
still. I got that Ouija board. Actually, here's what I wanted to do. I started putting together.
Yeah. I want to see it.
I started putting together. This is good audio for the.
Yeah, it's good.
A ghost bag.
Oh yeah.
Dawson, I'm gonna have you just go. You can just pick that apart. I've put
Let's
just
get
some
into that
magical
shit.
items throughout that we want to take to all of our live
Oh,
broadcasts.
yeah, dude. We got a couple notebooks. We got the demon sigils.
Book of Demon Sigils.
Book of Demon Sigils. Oh yeah, we got the runes. We got the runes in there.
Got some. Yeah, oh yeah, we got the box of runes for sure.
Box of runes in there.
That right
got
there
the
is the
board.
Ouija board. You can
We
check
got
that
the
out.
board.
Yeah, check that out.
Fuck man.
So this is in a canvas bag. First off, I think you just pull this string. I just tied it myself, just like
Oh yeah.
new style. Yeah,
Wasn't
Classic-
pulling.
classic
Was not
news.
pulling hard enough.
classic new style. So Dawson, immediately you're now connected to it by touching it with your bare hands.
Yep. So I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Just did that.
Nice. Look at that. That's our birch Ouija. Handmade. And then it just
Whoa.
came with a nice planchette as well. Like that bad boy. Yeah, I'll open that for you.
Wow. Sealed up.
I'll post pics on
Damn.
the. I'll post pics of this on the socials. This is good audio, I'm sure. Look at that.
Whoa.
Birch planchette with the glass, and it's not just like a piece of glass pane. It's like a magnifier almost. It has like a nice.
Yeah. It magnifies it just slightly.
It's a nice raised glass little magnifier. It just kind of puts the one thing in perspective. I know I didn't want to. I kind of ran my hand around it a little bit and just kind of let it take me.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah. Hear that, folks? So we'll be
That's
doing
the
that.
Ouija board.
We'll be doing that probably on camera at some point. You get that way. I don't want you getting. And then there's a nice little instructions here too as well.
Yeah.
We don't have to go over right now.
That's a powerful item here.
Yeah.
I'll say I don't think I've ever held a Ouija board before.
No, same.
So.
Same.
Huh.
I held like.
Huh. Interesting.
I did hold like the box the Ouija board was in at like a Spirit Halloween, and I was like, I went back like twice in 2 different times we went there, and I was like, dude, am I buying this? Oh, can you put this in there too? Like, am I buying this Ouija board at the Spirit Halloween? Is this the Ouija board I'm bringing to home? And Maya was like, no, like, it needs to be something like more. And that's no shit. We love Spirit. I'm wearing Spirit clothes all year. I mostly wear Spirit attire. But just, I feel like if I'm buying a Ouija board specifically, I want it to be as like charged as possible.
No, you don't. Yeah. That's similar to like the if you're gonna be getting a Dreamcatcher, you also don't want to just get that just anywhere.
Yeah,
you want to
for example, the one
sure
hanging here is probably not. I don't know. I think it was Maya's from somewhere, but it's just like a random. It's probably not the best representation. Actually, no, it isn't. But and then we also got the dowsing rods in this bag.
Oh yeah.
All right. We got. Here's a little. You like these little bags I have in here too?
I do like these
like
bags.
A vampiric velvet bag. It's like Maya's old makeup bags, but they worked out.
Yeah,
perfect.
you got the
the spirit box in there.
Spirit box.
Oh,
nice.
dude, here you want to see the EMF?
Yeah, I got EMF in here.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Here.
Yeah.
Comes with a nice little. This is an EMF meter from the company called Ghost Stop. If you look that up online, they have tons of equipment. It's just Ghost Stop, ghost hunting equipment. They have some good stuff. I want to buy more from them eventually. That's where I got the spirit box about a year ago as well. Nice. Check this out. So it's battery operated on a 9-volt. So I got an extra 9-volt as well. Just because sometimes when you're in these locations, charges can get drained automatically. Mm-hmm. Having something that's rechargeable isn't always the best when you're in that kind of situation. You want to be able to have backups of like different power sources.
Yeah.
Like held like batteries not on your person. Like batteries like held back in like your bag somewhere, so that if you get drained, you can go back and fill it up.
Yeah,
you know,
something's feeding off of it.
Dawson's just illuminating the room with this scent. What did you bring over here
we got
again?
Palo Santo incense cones.
Yeah, it's really nice for the mood here.
Keeping everything right.
So yeah, this here EMF reader is a nice one. It's not the standard. Well, it's got the standard kind of strong to weak like meter from the kind of gray to red, but it's kind of sci-fi looking. If you turn it on, you get so since we're around electric, so we talked about this. Since we're around electric, it's just picking it up. So we're getting a level 1 charge right here, just because we're doing this in a podcasting room. I bet if I put this to the computer, it'll go all the way to the 3 meter, and then it'll actually start doing a tiny little chirp too, which I appreciate. So
that is cool. Yeah,
hear that? I don't know if it might be too quiet for the audio here, but
yeah, it's a really nice little scream.
It's not too obtrusive at all. It's just a low static.
It's just enough to like know something's there.
So cool. Yeah, that's that. We'll be able to bring that into the field.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, dude. Anything else in this here ghost bag? Oh, we got our little so it's like a cat toy that lights up. If you get movement on it, then it settles down again. So that's nice to set up somewhere. Nice, then I do have this. Here's the box of so I got a little bit of everything here in this little ghost box, bag that I put together. There's just a little bag of different all the Norse runes.
Yeah.
On wood again. So it would just be pulling.
Nice, classic.
Yeah. That's so when I have I don't know the runes offhand, all of them, so we can just look through the whatever those ones are.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be good for pulling
I have like areas. A book too that has like a good it has like the whole alphabet, like just a little write up on it. I can grab that. We can get that in there.
Get that going. Then I just have an extra rechargeable battery here too.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that's our little spirit bag. I'm not sure what else we would need to bring besides like maybe just a curse item or two just to get it all going. Yeah. But I was really excited to put that together.
Well, I might bring like the crucifix. I have that.
Yeah.
Certified sacred item.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna want
see
that
where
around for sure. I'll bring the witch's needle too.
Go instigate some demons.
Yeah. Yeah. We could. Yeah.
Go instigate a little bit. Was that Ghost Hunter show where like it's like the Jack dude? He always wears like a tight.
That's Ghost Hunters.
That's Ghost Hunters.
That's Zach.
Dude, shouts out to him because he goes and he's like, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, Zach Baggins.
Give me what you got.
Zach Baggins fucking kills that whole crew.
Rips, dude. That shit rocks. If I ever get to meet him, what up, dude?
I would love to meet him.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
Yeah,
kind of a bit of an inspiration in this whole endeavor. Like I'm gonna channel that, be fearless, like Ghost Hunters.
Yeah. Well, also this week, I did want to get a new tarot deck as well, specifically for the bag. I have a few around here, but I don't know if they were exactly right.
I have one too, but I think I might be missing a card or two.
Yeah. I got my Halloween tarot up here, which I super appreciate. I talked about it last week, but
I've been thinking about getting a deck as well. We can maybe go shopping one of these days.
That'd be nice. And then the Shelley Duvall signed poster came in finally. I got that all hung up. It's in the outside room back there.
I did see it.
Came
Looks
with a little
great.
certification from the place. I looked up the certification number online. It's all legit. I'm feeling really good about that, and it's really pretty out there. She did a good job signing it.
She's nice.
She did a good job.
What a nice lady.
Movies, some horror movies. We talked about Long Legs. We saw that in
Yeah.
theaters together. That was really nice
There's
to
some
go.
good trailers when we saw that too.
Oh yeah, like the Alien Romulus trailer was beautiful. There's a scene where there's a scene where they look down on the floor of the cabin. And there's the like telltale like acid blood burning through, and you can see down the layers, and it's just so cool to kind of see that scene again.
When it's like melting like the rebar and shit, and you're like, oh
yeah. There's a nice water scene where some dude's in like about 3 feet of water, and he's like, there's something in the water, and it's definitely just a face hugger.
yeah.
That'll be awesome. There's a few other
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
I took some pictures of us in front of some pen posters. I'll get some of those posted as well.
Yeah.
I watched a movie on my own, and this is shout out to on Threads an account called Starfall Hellfire Club.
Oh, right
They
on.
recommended this movie called Daddy's Little Girl, and it's just like I told you a little bit about it. It's this Australian
Yeah.
like horror picture, but it was a total gore fest. I wasn't
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know if
yeah.
I was prepared for it. It's about like a dad who traps this guy, and the guy is like a pedophile or like
Yeah,
presumed to be
yeah.
a pedophile, and like
The
got to
bad
the
guy.
the dad's like daughter. So there's like it like in that
Bit of a
way
revenge.
like yeah, it's like a revenge thing, and it's like I don't know if it's more palatable, but like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like some kind of
not
justification.
you're
I don't
not,
know
like-
what it is. It's like it's
You're not
way
necessarily identifying as much with like the guy getting tortured
yeah, exactly.
as
That's
much.
what it is. That's what it is.
It kind
Not
of
to
like
say-
it keeps you from like getting in that perspective,
yeah.
which is interesting.
I'm right now. I'm stepping between the lines of torture and like torturing pedophiles. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's just
Is that okay?
yeah.
Morally, is that all right? Maybe.
I mean, it seems fine, but I don't.
I think I'm not like
would-
opposed to it.
Yeah, but it's not.
I
But
feel like
I don't want to be afraid to draw that line.
I'll just say like if I don't have kids, but if I did have a kid and they got a pedophile guy,
Oh yeah, I'd be in that movie. It'd be awesome.
there's no
It'd be
stopping
awesome
me.
in the movie.
Like at the very least, I'm like bringing a gun
Yeah,
to the
I know,
courthouse or
yeah.
something. You know, like
Yeah, and
classic, just like bang.
yeah, and there was just some pretty gory contraptions going on. There was a full like hand skin peeling. There was this crazy
Some
device
creative
going
shit.
through like the dude's knee,
Ugh.
keeping it bent at this weird direction. And it was just all these clamps like going, I think, right through it.
Oh,
Excuse me. So that was Daddy's Little Girl. That was this
Nice.
Australian thing. I was not. It didn't even.
I'm sure it's great. I don't want to like nothing about it. Like I don't want to like be negative about it, but I'm kind of glad I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well,
The gore gets me sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I don't really go
don't
for
do
it that
great with
often. I
gore.
didn't know it was. They said warning gore, but I was like, I don't know. I sat through like Saw. It's fine, but
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
worse than Saw. Oh, and then I also
Took it to
watched
the next level.
before that because I posted that I was like watching these movies while like getting some art stuff done. I posted that I was watching It. So I watched It, chapter 1 and 2.
Good
As
movie.
I know you recommended
The
it
new
as
one,
summer
or-
movie. Yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
the new
I
one.
guess the other one's just one, huh?
Mhm.
Nice, hell yeah. That's
It
some
felt
good shit,
good.
dude.
Felt good to
That was
have it on.
Good
That
movie.
intro scene of the 2017 film, where it's just like a rainy day,
Yeah.
where it's just the two brothers making the paper boat and all that. That was just that's a wonderful scene.
It's
Like he
Yeah.
does it's like such a good easy storytelling, or just what is the word where he fogs up the window with his breath and draws the smiley face, and
Yeah.
then that like slowly disappears because the fog like kind of traces away. That is
Yeah.
just like, and then like the whole movie goes like that. I like that. It's not too complicated. It's not like
No.
I mean, it's very obvious, but it was just like a pretty scene. Ooh,
It's
I'm
good,
talking about movie intros. I like that.
That shit rocks, man.
Oh, one more thing. It happened a few weeks ago. I might have already mentioned it, but remember that Idris Elba movie, Beast, where he's like fighting this like big, huge lion creature in like a safari thing.
Yeah.
I thought I saw that on I think Hulu.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll put this on and I'll watch it. And I was like, okay, production is kind of low. Production value is
Yeah.
kind of low on this thing. Did I tell you this, man?
I don't know. No.
Okay, I was like, production
Let's
value is
go
kind
to
of low, and Idris was not in it at the beginning, right? So I was like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on here? I guess I was like, I assumed that he did this for a friend who was just making movies for like the first for
or
whatever.
like
so it was
somehow
kind of
he got like a big check or something.
Yep.
you
So I
know,
was just like they just needed a star to come in for like just like 10 minutes at some point. Maybe I don't know because like half of the movie is still not there, and it's a really bad movie.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what's going on? And then I look at the I back out for a second. I don't know. I honestly didn't back out. That's a lie. I'm just watching, but I think I see somehow that it's not called Beast. The movie's not I'm watching. It's not called Beast. It was just the exact same font, and that's what the picture looked like.
Oh,
In the movie
yeah,
that I was
fake
watching, and I guess I realized this mostly toward the end. And I guess at this point I knew that it wasn't the movie I was watching because it just was not in it.
Yeah.
It
This
just
is
was not
the
in it.
wrong movie.
This is the wrong movie, and it's not a very good movie.
Yeah.
And I can go into that more in a second, but it's like it's a movie called Prey, actually. But it was called Prey like I think it was kind of doing that Bible story where because they're getting chased by lions, right? And one of them's a Christian.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was actually this dude that was holding a cross that just like survived all these lion things. And like people were
Lions are Christian.
This like shitty dude was trying to get redemption by like saving the Christian because the Christian was hurt.
Yeah.
And wow, it was just really, really bad. And they tricked me. And I
got
want
you.
my time back. I wasn't even
It was
watching
just a
fully.
different like Lion Beast movie.
Yeah, but it was like had this like Christian undertone, and it just wasn't good.
No, that sucks.
There was actually, I'll take that back. There was
I think I've been in that
yeah.
situation where
There
you
was
start
one-
watching this movie and you're like, what the hell is this?
There was one good scene in the beginning where they're like hiding in like this with the main pilot, with the pilot seat area of an airplane. The rest is like falling apart because they crashed there or whatever. And they're hiding because there's like this like lions that come at night. So they sleep in the thing, but they can only fit three in the cabin, but there's four of them. So one guy has to sit outside. It's like this like shitty dude or whatever, and they don't like him for some reason. So they're all in this cabin, right? And they like hear him getting torn apart at night because like they see the fire go out.
Yeah, that's pretty.
They
rough.
see the fire go out because he fell asleep out there by himself, and like they see this, but then like at the same time, like a snake gets into the cabin, and then the dude starts tweaking, and they can't hold the door back, and I think the lion starts pushing in. It was very intense for a second there, but it was just like kind of. I think that was probably the good scene.
Yeah,
I think maybe they envisioned that scene for how they started the movie, and
and then it degraded from there.
it was just
the plot just gets lost.
It just tricked me. I'm still willing to see Beast by Idris Elba, but I don't know how I'm gonna see it if it's not on Hulu.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just trying to fake it out.
Yeah, and last but not least, in the movies department, I mentioned it a little bit ago, but we're preparing for Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Now, this should be coming up like fairly close to, or if not after it has come out. But I am hyped for it. I got tickets the first day they were available on the Alamo app. It was almost a full seating, and the only two seats next to each other that I found were the ones in between the four seats where the two on the sides are like the ADA handicap spaces.
Well, they still let you like get
they
them.
let you get them. They just say that if somebody else needs to use it, that you'll be asked to change seats. I'm rolling those dice.
What happens if there's no seats?
I'm rolling those dice, and also I'm willing to. Are they assuming that I'm not willing to make friends with a handicapped person?
Like, I can.
That's rude.
No, take the rest of the night off. I got it.
Yeah,
We're bros.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're gonna watch Alien together.
We're gonna watch Alien
You
together.
can just take the night off.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that's fair.
It's like, and if they're bringing an extra person to like hang out with, then that person can just bring like a fold-out chair or something.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
that person should get their own tickets.
Yeah. Right.
They should have
Because
already
it's just
had their
me
own
and the
tickets.
ADA guy now, just chilling,
Yeah, I mean, it's like
watching Alien together.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, I'm fucking hyped on that. So, fuck.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. No, that trailer in Long Legs was like really good. That got me really hyped on that.
Mm.
It's gonna be a good movie.
Okay, you want to get into the meat of this thing?
Yeah, what do you got? You want me to tell you about?
Yeah, so like I said at the top, we got some stuff about Dreamcatchers and some stuff about some lights.
Yeah, I have like some pretty basic info on Dreamcatchers.
Can I read one thing before the?
Yeah. Give me something.
So I made a post on Threads about Dreamcatchers, and it like caused a little bit of controversy. I got into some hot water for a second. I wasn't too upset about
There's
it.
people that are very.
So
very sacred. To a lot of people.
So exactly, and I maybe didn't put it in the right context. I was like, I don't know. I just said that I hung one up, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
It's maybe not in the best taste, but it was. I guess I was. I'm never trying to. So basically, this person messaged me through. They found me on Instagram and messaged me,
Oh.
They said, okay, yeah, they said, I couldn't figure out how to message you on Thread, so I came over here to reach out about the Dreamcatchers. During the quarantine, there was a lot of disclosure in art groups about what is appropriation and what is appreciation. Dreamcatchers were one of the most popular topics and discussed in length with natives leading the discussions. Almost all said, as long as you understand and appreciate the meaning behind them, you are respectful of the purpose and beliefs that come with them, they will and they were made by natives, it's okay. So natives sell Dreamcatchers all over the U.S. and on Etsy. Yeah. Purchasing authentic made items is appreciation and understanding value. Because someone did a quote post and they're like, I don't know, all this like appropriation. I was just like, I'm sorry, I didn't. I just said like, thanks, thank you. I didn't. Just still learning. I said something to that effect.
Yeah, it's like,
So this person said, I didn't want that quote post to bum you out and wanted to share this piece of info with you. I thought that was really sweet of somebody to take the time to do that.
Well, because it's not like malicious, dude. It's like you know, like everyone knows what Dreamcatchers like are, but it's like you don't know what they are.
Yeah. Also,
I didn't.
Not that it like I also just feel like we grew up in a town that had a lot of like Native American presence, like just in like the culture aspect, and like I just feel like we really did see them a lot. Just
it was a very regular thing. Well, because where we're from, it's like because like the big Dreamcatcher makers were like Chippewa,
the Ojibwe,
which is like that whole area.
And the Ojibwe. And okay, so I just wanted
we live like so close to Chippewa Falls.
So with that being said, I think we can just say whatever we need to. Basically, all this information and research is because we're not doing it just like I am where it is for fun, but like it's to try to tie it back into these like more paranormal topics. And I see I see how that can be like a dicey thing. Yeah. Where it's just like taking bits and pieces of things and laying it out. But really, I'm just trying to form connections like always. It just happens naturally in what it is. And just like, and basically just learn and...
Just trying to learn about all the mystical things and like have as much respect for it as I can.
Yeah, it's just
because I do take it seriously. Like it is real to me. It's like a real thing.
Yeah, not the exact same because like Norse stuff is completely like not a culture anymore. But like with Norse stuff, like a lot of these things have been lost just because of the way that it was recorded or it wasn't recorded. It's just like now we're just piecing it together.
It was all made out of
So I just wanted to say that because I literally got like backlash and then people coming to my side about it, like just because it was such a spicy issue. And maybe I didn't even like recognize it. Besides just that, I guess most things that are from Native Americans just become hot issues.
Yeah. Oh,
especially on like media.
Yeah, we care. Especially
what are you gonna do on media?
Just Dreamcatchers are a very like sacred item itself. So people are gonna like.
I got some really good replies.
People are gonna like take it the wrong way. Some people might take it the wrong way, but it is just it's all education.
I got some really good replies on what people had their own experiences, and then somebody was gonna email me like a full report on some of their sleep stuff with it. That will probably be a different episode, but overall good reception. There were just some people. I just wanted to lay out now. So with that being said, Dawson, do you want to take us through what you know about Dreamcatchers? I can pepper in what I know.
Some just some notable things from like just a basic like rundown of what Dreamcatchers are. It's like so it like symbolizes like the Spider Woman.
Yep. Okay.
The spider web. That like which like maybe is like common knowledge, but like I didn't know this. That like it was about like a Spider Woman.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it is common knowledge. I don't think most things
pretty like
from
interesting
Native American cultures are common knowledge, which I think it's why I also think it's fine to talk about it here.
Yeah, because that's like I thought that was like super interesting.
Yeah, because the Spider Woman is...
I've always like thought of it like I always saw it as like a spider web kind of a thing, but I never like understood that that's like what it was like. It's like it's supposed to be. It like represents like
because the Spider Woman is like this like form of like Gaia almost. It was this.
It's just like it's like a nurturing force. It like protects and like
protects you. It protects
nurtures,
your family and it protects the world basically.
Like the world, children. It keeps like only lets you have good dreams. Keeps away all the like the negative ones. Like even just like thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a thing which is pretty rad. But I was learning also that they can get filled up. They can get like locked up, logged up, with bad dreams. So you have to like clean them, or like there's ways to like respectfully like discard of them too.
Yeah,
which I didn't look too much into that, but that is something to like look into. But a way to clean it is like you put it in the sun, or you like sage smudge it. Do that. I'd probably just do both, just because
sage it in the sun for a while.
So like it's like once it's like full. Once you start getting this overwhelmed with bad dreams again, just gotta clean that Dreamcatcher. which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking into getting one maybe, and I just want to like make sure like.
Yeah, so
Go
like
to
what
the
that
right
message
place.
said, it's like we should just make sure we're procuring them from like
Which-
an actual like yeah.
That
these-
lightning horse place is like the owner is like a native woman, and it's like
we
it's
can
like
talk to her about it.
yeah,
make sure
it's
we're
like
getting the
very
real
they
shit
like
then.
sell them there. It's like very
Yeah.
legit,
Perfect. So
which is cool.
yeah, a lot of like
What do
I
you
got-
what do you got? What
So
are your
yeah,
notes?
okay. So let's say they represented spider. They're like these spider webs basically that hung in.
Mhm.
They were hung in front of like children's cradles,
Yeah.
but they were these. You know those they're called cradle boards. It's
Yeah,
those things
yeah.
where you can kind of stand them upright and you can carry them around too. I
Yeah.
have right here that it's like basically white people just got a hold of this technology, and that's what these like baby born things and these like
Yeah.
things to hold your babies with like little like shade things above them.
Yeah. It's
It's like
all
Native
of them.
Americans were doing that like hundreds of
Always
years.
had
It's
them.
silly
They've
that
always been around.
it's silly that somehow we just never did that. But then so they were hanging these webs would catch they would catch not just like bad dreams, they could catch negative energy, thoughts, and spirits,
Yeah,
right? Which is kind of
which
fucking
is like
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. But then so you were talking about the spider women. They usually were made out of nettle stalk twine.
Yeah.
You were reading about that,
Mhm.
and that symbolizes the spider woman who is like their version of Gaia.
Yeah.
But then this is also like this the Dreamcatchers, like how she can portal in and like help you.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
how you
No,
can
like,
and then
it-
how you can also give energy to help her. Though.
It doesn't
was like
just
a
block
double-sided
everything. It's
system,
like it like lets in like the good. The
Yeah.
good.
They would even hang like hang things in the web sometimes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like they did
They throw
They
like
would-
gems and
well, yeah. When it was in front of like
Arrowheads
a
and
child's, when it was in front of like a child's face, though, they would sometimes they would even put parts of their umbilical cord in it.
interesting.
Because there was thoughts that like if you were separated from your umbilical cord too early, it would take away your wisdom,
Ooh,
which is like.
interesting.
And I know we talk about how like children have a certain wisdom, and like you
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
might
yeah.
lose that like other part.
Well, that's like I mean, it's that tube of like connects you to like pre-birth.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
See, it's like a tunnel to the pre-world.
Like, yeah.
It is like
Which
it's
is
yeah.
it's interesting.
They was also put they did sweeten birch bark and put that in there so the baby could like teeth on it.
Yeah.
Birch. We talked about birch
It's
all
birch
last
again,
episode.
baby.
How you can put like spells in that.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about a baby like
Chewing out of it.
chewing on it, like marking it with their like little nubs of teeth, like almost imprinting these like sacred runes
Yeah.
in it, and then like having this
Just
umbilical cord
absorbing-
still in front of them.
Yeah.
They're like sending all that they can just channel all that
Well,
right.
if you throw like a blessing onto like some birch and then like your child is teething on it,
hmm
using that, taking that in
Yeah.
that way, it's like
Yeah.
consuming that. Like
Powerful.
that's how you like just instill like wisdom immediately onto a child. That I imagine
Yes.
that's pure.
So some of the I don't know. I have here that this researcher named Francis Desmille did a lot of research collecting Ojibwe dream web charms between 1919 and 1920 in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I think that's where some of the first like maybe like some of the research that like other cultures were doing on this was being done really.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
because I know
just-
they throw like gems in and stuff to like attract certain things and like
Yeah, they would
let
treat,
certain things.
they would
in
put things that they like want to happen up there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They would like because they eventually they were. I don't know if at first they were in front of these children, but they were all sorts of things. Like, they were.
Yeah.
They'd hang one in the middle of their like family like living space, and then they could put like almost things they want to like achieve. Yeah, like or like just like whatever that would mean. I don't think they were worried about like currency.
It'd
but
be like a
just,
symbol. It'd like symbolize something.
Yeah.
You'd like throw a certain type of like rock or like grass or like a flower in
Mhm.
there that like symbolizes different like things you want to achieve or like get to or like
Yeah,
attain or
and then just
protect
having one
yourself
like
from-
over your whole because I almost for some reason I always thought they were like personal. You know what I mean? Like kind of one per person. For some
it's
reason.
like a
But then
earth
it's like you
thing,
put these
know?
ones over like the family. Then with the earth. Not like but just maybe
So
that.
I just remember like having some like just around like our like dining room at my house.
I just
it was like around my house.
exactly yeah. I just associated them so much. I would always like maybe it was just me when I looked at it and I'd be like that one would be mine to channel my dreams through.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you're supposed to focus on them. I think that it's probably fine to also have more than one. But they
I
would
think you can
like
collect
warriors would wear like smaller ones in their hair.
them. Yeah.
And it would like they would you can like put different things in there too, like arrowheads and
That's
stuff. But it would also protect like the base of their because they wouldn't cut their hair because their hair was sacred too. So it would like protect the base of like where they would probably like tie it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But just I like the
Nice.
having this like
I'd be honored to have something like that.
yeah. I mean that would be like think of how like connected that would.
Yeah, man.
I mean not like that sounds so like dumb. Like you're not gonna like gain powers when you put it on.
No,
But just like I think
I imagine like getting into like a certain type of flow state,
Mhm.
which you like need to be in if you're like
Mhm.
a warrior, is like I imagine it just when you like, especially if you like have that like faith of like, just that's like your whole culture. You like have that on your side is like, and
Yeah.
whatever happened,
Well,
you like.
and how this
yeah.
really has tied in for me to like the overarching stuff that we've been going over recently about like,
Yeah.
the sleep paralysis and all that is because we're tying a couple things together kind of with all these broader topics, but the sacred clowns come
Mhm.
from the Ojibwe tribe.
Yeah.
Like this thunder touched person, it
Yeah.
comes from there. Like that thunder touch is the person who's wearing this warrior fucking
Yeah.
thing in the like the dreamcatcher in their hair like that. Like it's all I have to imagine it's all
Like I imagine like they probably had like they were probably like, they're putting like stones and stuff in that were like copper kind of ore shit.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any hard evidence on that, but I imagine they're like have like some of these like things that carry certain vibrations,
Mhm.
attract certain energy, charge certain things, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Where do you get where does some of this wisdom come from? Does it
Yeah,
come
yeah.
from like the spider woman, like this basically not
Mhm.
basically this something like a Gaia force?
Well, something too that it reminds me of too is like a dream catcher kind of looks like that like spider web, and I just think of like if you're like sleeping out in nature and like some high grass or like in a forest, you're gonna like see the moon's gonna shine on like a spider web, and I imagine that's like the like original,
Yeah,
and, like,
it
that's like
could-
where that comes from.
it
Is
could-
like, oh, the
it
spider
could
woman.
be.
Like if you like sleep somewhere where there's like that web, then like you're protected from like certain bugs
Yeah.
and mosquitoes and things that are gonna get
Sure.
like
Be-
pests like that. It's like
Because
that's like a really like simple way to like think about it.
no, yeah, just like the
rationalize it,
origins,
but,
just like the origins of things. However many thousands,
yeah, like
of years
that's like
ago.
what it symbolizes and like that like connection with like nature and like
yeah, because that is the
It's
thing
cool.
about the like these artifacts, and unless they're made new, like they're
Mhm.
made from like
It's like a spider's
nettle
web is
stalk
interesting
twine,
as
and
well.
they're made from resource and like things that that dissolve after a while, just by way
like
of
the spider web, like
Yeah,
spider
so-
web just like goes away, gets filled
So
up.
that's
you
why
have to
that
throw
there's-
it out, clean it out,
yeah.
make a new one.
I like that idea of cleaning it out. That's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
I think that's
didn't come
like
upon
a
that.
pretty important part of it is like
Yeah.
knowing how to cleanse it is like.
But
That's
just
like
like
you have a cursed item.
Yeah, like knowing how
All your
far
nightmares
these
just
things
stuck onto this thing,
like knowing how far these things go back, knowing where they really originated is kind of impossible. Just
Oh,
because
yeah.
they do, the items degrade over time. Which
Yeah, it's
I
not
know
like
we
we're
were
gonna
talking
fossilize,
about.
it's like
I know we were talking
tradition.
about with like Norse items and stuff. Like so much of these runes, like written on tree bark again.
yeah,
I've just lost the time. Like there's something to that again. There's like having a magical item that has the weight of time to like
yeah.
has like a specific timer on it that it can just besides like cleaning it and everything
it's
like
like,
eventually does like
It's like something that has like a charge. It like loses its
yeah,
charge.
and then it just
eventually.
dissolves
fades
back
out.
into the earth. Like it
Yeah, it
becomes part
returns.
of like the Gaia cycle again.
Yeah.
And that's very powerful. Like, and I don't know
yeah,
if that
man.
means that stuff that is. I mean, you can look at like a piece of fucking like this Mac computer in front of us, like the things that's not going to dissolve for like 5,000
Yeah,
years in a
yeah.
landfill.
Oh yeah.
Like you can tell it's not that like it's just not that connected, right?
No,
it
it's-
just doesn't.
It's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's like unnatural.
Yeah.
Where the natural thing is like decaying and like returning and the
Mhm.
limited time. That's like what's special about this.
Yeah.
I think.
So, because it kind of sparked some of this because I hung up this Dreamcatcher we had, and then like I might have said earlier, I woke up the next morning for the first time in my life, like actually yelling myself awake.
Yeah.
It wasn't like screaming like
That thing, dude. That
I
thing
was
might
just,
be
like-
full of nightmares.
Yeah, I was just like yelling. I just like yelled
That's
myself awake, and I have never done that.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so bizarre that
You might want to just leave that out in the sun one day.
I should.
Burn some sage
I
on it.
should.
Let it just sit in the sun for like a day.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, I don't know, man. Because that,
Yeah.
That's like what I was like looking into is like they get filled with all your nightmares or whoever's nightmares had them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when I posted something like that, and then that's when they were like,
even just negative thoughts. It's like,
so
you're gonna get it.
uh-huh.
It's
which
I think that's like something, dude. Looking back when I like all those around my house and shit as a kid is like I was having crazy bad nightmares. Like,
your parents probably never
on
saged
and
them.
off. Yeah. Oh no, they were never getting clean. They just like collect dust.
Yeah.
It's like an ornamental thing.
Yeah.
Because like they didn't know any better. But like, yeah, fuck, man. Yeah. Gotta be careful with that stuff.
Anything else on Dreamcatchers? I mean, I think that we'll dive more into them.
Yeah,
Definitely. Sounds like we both want to get some in a respectful manner.
I would love to like at least go ask about them.
Yeah, I would love to go ask.
Go in and be like, just give me the rundown. What do I need to know? Like, should I even?
That's
like,
that's probably a good first step. Like, is this right for me?
Yeah. And that's something we got to ask ourselves too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious about it.
I'd love to hear from somebody, especially if she's the one that's making him or knows
like
where they're coming from at least.
Yeah. And like she might not be like she's the owner, you know, she's doing other shit. But like
that's what I mean.
There's gonna be
like,
someone we can talk to.
Where is she sourcing these things from at least?
Yeah. Which I'm I feel like I remember like reading it. It was like she like
that's the way you got it.
Like
you got to get
thing,
that
you know?
boots on the ground. That's the same with the those dowsing rods we have. It was just a local source. It was one of the owner's husbands that makes them actually.
That's something I'm learning because you can Google shit, but like looking at anything up online, you're just gonna like get ads basically. They're gonna try to sell you something, but you like go to one of these places, it's like they like want to educate people. Mm-hmm. They want people to know, and like they like you can tell they like enjoy it, which is rad.
Yeah, I think if you come at them with the right spirit, it's like, well, yeah, nothing's gonna be held back. Okay, I think that's a good stopping point for Dreamcatchers. I got some more on some funky lights in the sky.
Yeah.
I think briefly a few weeks ago I mentioned something called the I think I called them the Henderson lights or something like that. There's actually, now get this, there's two different light things kind of going on that look the exact same over both Norway and North Carolina. All right, this is Pumpkin Hill Radio. We're talking about weird lights in the sky, classic UFO stuff, maybe with a high strange twist. Two nearly identical stories from
the heck's going on?
Distant times and lands. So first we're going to talk about something called the Henderson lights, as they're also known as the Brown Mountain lights. You ever heard of that? Maybe not.
No.
These are reports over Brown Mountain in North Carolina. These lights are typically described as glowing orbs that appear to float above the horizon. They can be white, red, blue, or yellow, and often move around in unpredictable pattern.
I feel like I've seen something like that.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about something like that before.
Something like I've seen. Blue.
Yeah, so like explanations from scientists, like whatever they can gather, if they would say something like natural gas emissions, swamp gas, fucking reflections off car headlights, you know?
Yeah. Birds.
Yeah, that ain't real.
Which, like, okay, that's easy. It's easy to say that stuff if you're not seeing it. If you're not seeing it.
Yeah.
If you're not, like, witnessing it, it's really easy to be like, yeah, it's probably a drone.
Yes, and, like, so those reports of these Brown Mountain lights go all the way back to the early 1900s. There's some claims that suggest that Native Americans had observed them long before that as well.
Yeah.
So that's, like, probably looking at some of their stories and, like, translating into some almost like an ancient alien type like thought process, but I don't know. I'm sure there's an episode of Ancient Aliens on that.
That just reminds me of the San Luis Valley, which isn't too far from where we're at. Is like it's a similar thing where I think it was like Ute tribes would like go, they'd like take it like to like migrate through like the seasons, and it's like they'd like they'd see like these like lights and things coming in and out of the mountains. Like the people that like live there today, like they're like the people just claim that there's like a alien base or something. There's like some UFO base out there, like whatever that even means. You know,
these lights were first
things people are seeing.
They were first actually documented in a report that was from 1913 when a fisherman claimed to see lights over the mountain, and then there was reports all the way up to 2023, so just last year, that it was from a group of hikers that were camping in the area, and they reported seeing the lights just after sunset, and they continued for several hours, right?
Yeah.
They said the lights seemed to be at varying distances, sometimes appearing close to the mountain and other times further away. So that is the Henderson Lights, the Brown Mountain Lights over North Carolina. Now listen to this. There's something called the Hessdalen Lights.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is over Hessdalen Valley in Norway. All right.
Okay. Similar
Already,
names
I was like, just Googling it, I was like confusing myself. These are described as bright floating orbs that can be white, yellow, or red.
Yeah.
All right, did I just say that? Basically.
Yeah.
They often appear to hover above the ground and can last for several seconds to over an hour. Their movements can be erratic, sometimes moving slowly and other times, darting. Just like
Pretty unpredictable.
pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
Reports coming from there since 1930s, right?
Yeah.
And then they started gaining significant attention in the 80s. And that's when a bunch of scientific interests and investigations started on this thing. Because they were like, what is that?
Wait,
what is that?
Wait,
so,
what?
so they actually built something called the Hessdalen Automatic Measurement Station.
Okay. That's awesome.
Okay. That was established into the 80s to monitor and record the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Researchers have proposed several theories, including ionized gas, plasma, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Here's a word that we like. And piezoelectric effects. But no definitive explanations have been confirmed, and they are literally still studying it. And that's what they built the actual station. So
They
yeah,
just
the
have no
Hessdalen
idea.
Automatic Measurement Station. Excuse me. That's like, what is that?
How are they like collecting data on this? Like,
It seems like they don't even know how they're doing it.
No, they're like, well, they just like have like a bunch of dudes.
This
just
seems like
watching
something
it.
that not that we
Think
shouldn't
about
know
it.
about it, but it sounds like a classic like Finding the Aliens project. Like this
Yeah.
is like I feel like I've like written short stories where there's basically this place.
Yeah.
And it's like only a few people in the small town know about it or something.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just like
So,
some weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's actually like a group of scientists who were conducting field research in the area, and they reported, so like actual scientists reported observing the lights for over an hour, during which the
Yeah.
lights displayed various behaviors. They were hovering, they were moving at rapid speeds, they had sudden disappearances, kind of like blipping in and out. And then the scientists
Teleporting.
used things like spectrometers and I don't know, other data gathering equipment, and they just don't know.
Light, yeah.
They just
collect
don't
the
know.
light from it, and they're like, well, we don't know.
So those are basically the same case over different, like that have been happening for at least the past 100 years, probably a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's over Norway. I bet there's some like, there's not much like Norse like writing left, but like
No.
I bet you could trace some of those stories to this exact behavior too. Just like they're saying, like it's possible that Native Americans have been seeing it for longer. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
whatever
I can only imagine.
whatever cultures were there for earlier than
Yeah,
these
yeah.
reports.
Which I'm
are
sure if you
just
like look
seeing
into
them.
like some of the mythology and stuff too, it probably like references that
Yeah.
phenomena.
Yeah.
In some way, like the stars moving, like
Mhm.
something like that. It's like something with that, something going on with that.
So that's kind of our weird light stuff. You see that they can be all these different colors though. Yeah, red, blue, yellow, white,
It's like-
basically. But I just
dancing.
but it's reminding me of things like it's every episode it comes up, these like Kugelblitz things,
Yeah.
these like a ball lightning almost. Like if it's not
Yeah,
like a
that's-
craft, if it's not like this like a basically like a cigar shaped entity or whatever you want to call it now, a
Yeah,
classic
yeah.
saucer UFO maybe, then maybe it is like this
Well, if
form
it's just
of
like balls of light too. It's like, I mean, it could be like a craft, but I feel like a craft wouldn't just be glowing entirely. It would have like lights on it more.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm wrong though. I
Or-
have no fucking idea.
Or like they said, they were speculating. The scientists have speculated that it could be plasma.
yeah,
And I think then you look at stuff like our past episodes, we talked about whole like plasmic environments in the upper atmosphere.
yeah.
I think maybe these two different places on Earth are
So like,
either like migration routes or like literal like breeding grounds where
yeah.
or
Well, that's why there's certain places on Earth you go to a beach and there's like plankton and stuff with a bioluminescence like
Mhm.
certain times a year and
Mhm.
stuff. Like
yeah.
it's part of their like
like
reproduction.
whales
It's like-
travel across entire oceans like every year to
Yeah,
get
dude.
back to where they were born. Like maybe these creatures that aren't really bound by more than just the air they're floating through, like they basically make
yeah.
that great migration too. Talk about like sky whales, like it's basically it's I mean,
Sky
we've basically been
jellyfish,
talking about the sky
sky
jellyfish
plankton,
and then
like
those are all
atmospheric
these
planktons.
because if they think it's plasma, then I would say it's plasma crystals. These supercharged, these super electrically charged like particles of dust.
Yeah.
And like in past episodes, we've said that these plasma crystals could basically form together to do a lot of fun things.
Who knows?
Yeah, mini quantum computers running around being a form of organic artificial life, basically.
Yeah,
like
just like a
organic
completely
AI,
different type of life form.
Yeah, and
than,
it's
like,
like
we
maybe
even
only in
understand.
these certain places with certain conditions we can see just
Yeah.
rare glimpses of what it is.
Yeah, it's like that's like the yeah.
Like studying, yeah. So I think we can always dive deeper into that. Like that literally
Like-
could have just sent us on a tangent, but I think we're gonna close it off there for now.
Yeah.
Just with the idea that we don't know what
Just
it
let
is.
that one sink in.
Yeah.
Just think about, keep your eyes on the skies.
Eyes on the skies, anything could be up there.
Anything could be
Um,
happening.
That's what I got for you today, Dawson.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to APOPO,
Hey,
the
Popo.
APOPO Foundation. That's
Hey,
the
Ronin.
foundation that trains rats to sniff out landmines. We got
Shouts out Ronin.
Ronin, the mascot. He's out there
My
saving
favorite.
lives daily.
My favorite rat.
Yeah, our favorite rat. Huge rat energy all day.
Huge rat.
I
Uh,
guess. Also, yeah, we're just gonna keep on digging on this. We got the interviews coming up. More people coming
I
around.
want to know. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get some answers with those guys.
Yeah, we
Or
can,
we maybe already did. maybe
or
we
possibly we did get
We
answers.
already did.
Yeah, I like this.
Cool.
We're sitting out of time right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow us on our link tree in the description. That'll get you to all the socials. Like I said, I'm going to try to ask about I'm going to put up a poll of like 3 Goosebumps books.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites, and see if, I'm sure we'll just get a couple of like posts that'll say one or the other, but I'm just going to start reading those. The first one I'm going to
man.
read and probably just post on a different day of the week on the main channel.
do it.
And then from
Yeah.
there, I'm just going to start throwing them up on maybe behind a paywall of some kind, nothing to make $1 maybe. It'll just be
Yeah.
like $1
Fuck
one.
yeah.
Like it'll be like $1 one time if anything, just like to get in the club. Throw a penny in the Star Mother well.
Yeah.
Something
Join
like
the
that.
cult.
Yep. Take a look around the Etsy store for pins, prints, and more. I got the Mothman Tamagotchi stuff is live on
super
Etsy,
cute.
so I got stickers, I got keychains up there. I can see some people like do a lot of like they've been favorited a few times, so we'll see. I sent out. We got
very
our official Cult of the Star Mother stamp.
Yeah.
Little stamper here. So on every
Get the
order
seal.
now, I always put a little extra like note in there, note of appreciation. I give it a little signature, and we're gonna now be able to seal it up
Yeah.
with our seal of approval. So that'll be great. That's
official.
that's the Etsy, pumpkinhillradio.etsy.com. Use code SECRET for 25% off orders of $25 or more. Dawson, what
Yeah.
special code can they use on w.gg to get 10% off?
Star Mother.
Use code
Star
STARMOTher.
Mother.
Yeah, W's are energy powder,
Shout out W.
like an energy
Shit
drink
rocks.
in a powder. Yeah, it's great.
It's good though. It's not like just sugar.
It's
and
not just sugar.
caffeine.
We've
It's
done it
like
on
good
many
caffeine.
episodes.
It's got the green coffee, green tea extract. It's
Got
like
that green coffee extract.
L-theanine. You're not gonna get jittery. You're just gonna get amped.
He's not even reading off the box right now. He
No,
just
this
knows.
is my
We
personal
just love w.gg.
my personal endorsement.
Star Mother. Right? Send
Shouts
us your
out.
stories to pumpkinhillradio@gmail.com. Like I said earlier, I have a couple different people over social media that are going to email me a few different sleep paralysis stories, some things that I want to know.
Yeah.
Like we're kind of starting to make a dent in a little community there. So I think following us on Threads is the way to go. I'm treating it like a new Twitter, basically.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what
Yeah.
it's at. It's nice for
Pretty
me.
much, yeah.
Then
It's like a better Twitter, I feel like.
Then yeah, check out tpublic.com/user/pumpkinhillradio to just buy like a shirt with the logo on it. And then rate us 5 stars wherever you can. Anywhere you can.
Yeah.
Everywhere you can.
5 stars only.
5 stars only. Until next time, Dawson, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It's
let's
been Pumpkin Hill
figure it
Radio.
out. Let's go.
See ya.
See you soon.